what we're going to be discussing are several elements of a nonprofit business plan and why they might be important for your success in starting a nonprofit organization. Hi, I'm Eric Nazelrode. I am the COO here at Aplos Software. Here at Aplos, I am an expert in entrepreneurship. I've written a textbook on the subject, and I help people start businesses and nonprofits. I have a passion for helping people start organizations, nonprofit and social good companies, and I'm part owner of several social good companies and a believer in philanthropy, and so I spend a lot of time helping other organizations be better at what they do and giving to those organizations in many different ways. So a nonprofit business plan is essentially a document that helps a nonprofit entrepreneur put their vision on paper so that one, they can record all of their ideas in a systematic way, but two, they can share that vision with other people so that other people would understand what they're trying to accomplish. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what a business plan is and what it's supposed to do. Many people think you need a business plan to go get money from a bank, which doesn't usually happen, especially with a startup. Most of the time, if you need a business plan to get money from a bank for your nonprofit or for your regular business, it's after you've been in business for a few years. So an initial, like you're starting a nonprofit, why would you do a business plan? It's really so you can gather all of your thoughts and be clear about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. It has nothing to do with anyone else except for you. It's really about making sure that you've thought through all the things that you need to think through so that as you're launching this organization, that you've thought of all the details so that when you actually physically go file your paperwork with the state or with your city, or you start providing services for people, you're not caught off guard by something that you may not have thought of. Depending on the organization, there can be several elements in a nonprofit business plan. One essential piece that's specific to nonprofits is some sort of fundraising plan, whether that's a series of events and you're gonna have golf tournament fundraisers or car washes, or you're gonna rely on volunteers and you're just coordinating events for providing services. The fundraising aspect of a nonprofit has to be thought out. How are you gonna pay your own salary, for example? Or are you going to start a nonprofit as a side thing and you have your regular day job, and then hopefully if it grows big enough, then do you pay yourself? So a fundraising plan would be in there, a service plan or some kind of something that identifies what your cause is and how you try to solve it. So from a planning standpoint, the cause really is the problem that you're trying to solve. So maybe it's homelessness and you want to fight homelessness. So what you would do is you would identify, how many homeless people are in your area, what are their needs, how specifically do you plan to help? Because there could be several nonprofits. One may just want to feed homeless people. Another may want to provide housing for homeless people. So your solution to that problem is your specific cause. So there would be some kind of outline of how it is that you want to attack the cause or help the cause and solve for those needs. So those would be specific and you'd want those in there. You would also have some sort of financial pro formas, projections. It's not because you want to go get a loan or anything like that. It's simply so that you make sure your bills are paid in the future. So if you have your fundraising plan, that's essentially your income. And then whatever your cause that you want to serve, you're going to have things that you serve those causes with. So maybe you're running events that cost money. Maybe you're providing meals for homeless people that cost money. So you just want to make sure that you've planned for that. When is the money coming in? When are you going to need it? And make sure we have enough of that. And so a financial plan would be part of that. Some nonprofits will include a marketing plan. That's just really, it's more about launching the nonprofit to the community. It's for the benefit of those who would receive care. And it's also for the benefit of people who would want to come alongside that nonprofit and maybe be donors, maybe be fundraisers, maybe be volunteers that believe in that cause. So some kind of marketing plan would be relevant to most nonprofit business plans. And it doesn't have to be a paid for advertising plan. It could literally be, I need to go print a bunch of flyers, or I need to have all of my friends over for dinner and tell them about what I want to do. And it can start that simple, but it could be, if we're going bigger, it could be even more dynamic than that. Typically, most people want to help. Most people are really good when it comes to the idea generation with helping and starting a nonprofit and we love bouncing ideas off of friends, and this is all a very important piece of starting a nonprofit. But we almost want to make sure we go to that next level of writing it down, thinking, how does my marketing plan align with my fundraising plan? Are my fundraising events at the right time of year for when I'm going to need the money to actually provide for this cause? So it just helps us to see it as a whole from a top level view, maybe a 30,000 foot view, to make sure everything works together. Because one-off things sound great and often are fine, but sometimes when we have this thing going over here and this thing going over here and we haven't thought of them together, they're not going to work out. And so having that plan will help us to have more success. And that means serving more people, really.